Hey everybody, this is Tony Snipes with ArtLessonsFromGod.com, and today I am going to do a demonstration of mind mapping or concept mapping. And as if you've seen the written information on today's blog post, you'll see that all mind mapping is just a way to write the vision, to take an initial thought or initial idea and actually map out the potential of that idea. It's different from brainstorming because brainstorming can be somewhat disjointed or somewhat unrelated. You get a lot of ideas and they may or may not be connected, and it's different from making lists because actually, honestly, especially creative thought and using your imagination is not necessarily linear, but mind mapping actually is kind of a little bit more organic, where it's a little bit more natural. It actually kind of goes along the line of how the mind or the brain actually thinks, where one idea branches off to another related idea, which branches off to another related idea. So let me just show you an example of that here on today. I'm going to start with an initial concept of a comic book project, and let me go ahead and get my ballpoint pen going here and get the color of ink that I really want to use. And when you're mind mapping, they always say use a landscape page of paper, and this can just be sketch paper or anything. I just say keep it simple. I've heard of people using mind mapping software and stuff like that. I don't think that's needed and necessary, but whatever you do, you take that main theme and you put it right smack dab in the middle of the page, because that's the main thing, the main and initial concept. So we're taking a comic book project, and what you do, you just kind of branch off thoughts and ideas that can come from that initial idea. Obviously, when we're doing a comic book, we're going to have art, and so there's some ways, some things that we can branch off to from that. We're going to have the story. Also we can put a version of the comic even on the web. Now, they say in mind mapping, one of the things that you can do, I don't think you have to do it, but it sometimes can kind of help, is to use different colors as you go into different levels of when you branch out. So, for example, with art, things that come to mind with the art itself will be our sketches, and there's some projects or business opportunities or some initiatives that can be done with the sketches that come from the art that come from the comic project. We can take some of the art from the comic project and even make posters. They can be in other printables like calendars or anything that can branch out from the art itself. Let's go over here to the story or the storyline itself. I've seen every so often or once in a while, I've seen actually someone convert their story into lesson plans for middle schoolers or maybe even high school or even elementary kids, or workshops that can be done based on the theme of the storyline itself. Let's go back up here to the web version of the comic. Things that can come from that. That's where we can place our video. And this could be behind the scenes video as we were actually making the printed comic. You can definitely tie in social media where you have your connections with Facebook, Twitter, and things of that sort. That kind of reminds you of, this is a place, of course, where you can build community with your readers and the audience of that comic. So a lot of different things, as you can see here, that branch off from this one initial idea or the central theme of the comic book project. Does not have to just be your traditional comic book that you've seen over the decades, but a lot of different things can branch out from this, and that's where mind mapping comes in, where you can actually map out the potential of a particular idea. or a concept. Let's just do one more, especially for our paintings subscribers. Don't want to leave you guys out. Give you a rough idea of what can be done as well. You just bear with me here while I get it set up. And we'll start off with our black ink again. Doesn't have to be black, but just going to use one main color. So our central theme, of course, is a painting that you either have done or thinking about doing. And obviously what branches out from that is, of course, the original itself. Excuse my handwriting, y'all. And from that original painting or the original idea, we can definitely have prints. From the painting project itself, I always think that a lot can be done with the behind the scenes scenario. I think there's a lot of opportunity with that. The artists themselves. Not only is the painting intriguing itself, but there's some potential and possibilities with just you as the artist. Let's go ahead and swap up our colors here as we kind of think of some other another level of concepts or ideas. One key thing and basic thing with the original: galleries and shows. So that's our opportunity for that. But look at all the opportunities that come from prints or the printables as a whole. Cards can be done depending on your design. Shirts, t-shirts can be done. Mugs, and I'm not going to list every type of item, but all kinds of gifts can be projects that come from the printing concept. The behind the scenes, this can get kind of interesting. Video tutorials. Are an idea that branch out from that. Even a book that kind of details the behind the scene experience, the sketches that led to the painting, individual studies. They can be in the book, they can be something that's done by itself. Now, this was the one that was kind of intriguing. The artists themselves, after they've done the painting, the artists actually will get some spotlight to do artist talks, being even interviewed by local media. But as you can see, again, you take one initial theme, and a lot of times we have a tendency to just stop right there. But when you sit down and, again, like we said, the word says, write the vision, make it plain. This is a way of writing that vision down, writing those concepts down, and then just allowing the mind to flow, but to flow in a way that's relative, where one idea can lead to another, another idea can lead to another, can lead to another, can lead to another. Gives you a lot of ways to actually map the potential. So again, I try to keep this simple so you can just go ahead on your own and take your own concepts and go ahead and map them out. And then I'd like for you to shoot some comments back to us, or even if you can show us what you came up with. But especially shoot us some comments so we can see how it worked for you. Thanks a lot, and we'll be talking to you soon.